Welcome back in. Well, as you guys can see, we are joined by a very special guest here on the Sports Desk. He's someone who needs absolutely no introduction at all, but for the sake of the show, and if this is your first time watching the show, we will introduce him to you. He has been at the Sacramento Bee over 30 years. He has won pretty much every award there is for sports journalism. He is truly the greatest of all time. Sacramento Bee's own, the one and only Joe Davidson is in the building. Joe, thanks for being there.
Continue on. I want to hear more. It's good to see you, Kevin and Kurt. Football season is here. Let's go.
Absolutely, and I'm so glad you said that. Friday night kicks off week one of the high school football season. Joe, you have been covering high school football throughout the Sac-Joaquin Section for 30 plus years. We're not going to say your age, but does it ever get any different or old going into a new high school football season?
I'm going to make myself old. Started at the Sacramento Bee in 1989, pre-internet, pre-COVID, all of that, rotary phones and all that. It is still a great gig. The high school football has exploded over the years. It's always been good, but we've had some 30 or 40 new schools in the Sac-Joaquin Section over the last 30 years. It's not watered it down, it's enhanced its greatness. And we're watching in real time the greatest high school football dynasty in section history, and that's the Folsom Bulldogs with all their championships. And they're not going anywhere, but there are programs trying to close the gap. The small schools, we talk about this every year, Kevin, are so incredibly strong. Winner's a state champion in Yolo County, Calaveras, Sonora.
Yeah.
Wow. So the small school football in this section is as great as there is on the West Coast, and Folsom gives us a national appeal. And so does Oak Ridge and Grant. Grant, the Pacers of Del Paso Heights are proof that you could have a city school and achieve and excel.
I'm going to ask just a very bold question, Joe. Is there any team in this section who can potentially dethrone Folsom as the top dog?
Yes, and it could be in their own league. Just up Highway 50 in El Dorado Hills, the Oak Ridge Trojans, great coach, Casey Taylor, excellent tradition. They've sent guys to the college ranks. They've sent guys to the NFL. But Oak Ridge has not beaten Folsom since 2006, and that's in league play and in the playoffs. Folsom has beaten Oak Ridge in the Section Division I championships at the Great Hughes Stadium at Sac City College the last 4 years. And since 2010, when Folsom really rose to power, 6 CIF state championships, 12 section championships.
Good God.
That's remarkable. Their youth program's great, and they got so many guys back. They're still the top dog, but teams want them. And there comes another one, and they'd like to get in there and topple them, but until further notice, they are the top dog.
Good point.
I want to focus in on Oak Ridge just for a second here, Joe. I stopped by their practice a couple of weeks ago. They are really big on the offensive line. They have the skill guys that are fast and quick, but their quarterback was a transfer from Folsom a couple of years ago. What do you like about the Trojans, maybe when we do see that matchup against Folsom, but some of those other games as well, because Casey Taylor was bringing in guys from all over the country to play this Oak Ridge team.
Yeah, and he opens up next week at Argyle in Texas. We're thinking, Argyle, who's that? So why would you do that? To test your team, and it's a bonding opportunity. And Texas is a little bit different kind of football down there. It's a religion there, so it's a great opportunity. They return 18 starters, and they beat Grant, as we mentioned earlier, in a last-second field goal to win. Great tradition up there, physical, strong. That's always been a staple for Casey Taylor. He's a 200-game winning coach. He won 150 of those at Del Oro. He's proven he no doubt the Trojans want to bounce the Bulldogs. And so they're scheduled tough, but Nick Johnson is their quarterback. His father, by the same name, was a McClatchy High School of Sacramento baseball star in the 90s, played many years in the big leagues. So that's what's cool about high school football and high school sports around here is you get the sons and daughters and cousins and nephews who were before them. And Grant leads the charge in that.
We just talked about Grant. We talked about Folsom. Who are the programs that maybe they haven't had the best record the last couple of years, but you expect them to make a real leap this year?
Perfect example is the Bella Vista Broncos of Fair Oaks, San Juan Unified School District. Good football program in the 70s, a little bit in the 80s, and then they suffered miserably. They had a 48-game losing streak. It's a NorCal record, maybe third longest in the state. That ended about 4 years ago. And then last year, they started to show some real promise with Jason Ott as their coach. It's a superb academic school. They have numbers. They just don't have a lot of experience. But because football's hot, it's demanding, and if you don't have an IT program, not everybody's going to come. They have 10 starters returning. Devon Norwood is the top leading rusher coming back from the Sacramento area, 1,800-yard school record. That's a team that could do something. And they have early games against 12 Bridges of Placer County, a powerhouse, and Casa Roble, another powerhouse. So we'll see if they could pull a surprise. And if they do, then that could be your next up-and-comer.
When you look at some of the 8-man football programs throughout here, I know a lot of people are not familiar with 8-man football or the rules of 8-man football or the programs or whatnot, but has anything impressed you about the 8-man football programs we have out here in the section?
You know, Kevin, the first thing about 8-man football, so we know it's traditionally 11-man. And so, well, why are teams playing 8-man? Because if they didn't have that opportunity to play 8-man, they'd probably fold their program. And you don't want to have a high school program with a folded football program. 2 years ago, the Valley Vikings and the Florent Panthers of the Elk Grove Unified in Sacramento, longtime programs, and they had to fold their varsity programs on the eve of the season because they didn't have enough players, 16, 18 guys. You can't even have a practice.
Yeah.
And so then the Sac-Joaquin Section governing body did a great thing. They said, we're going to offer 8-man football last season with a section championship game to be with everybody else, so Division 8. And so Mira Loma, San Juan Unified School District, an academic powerhouse, 12-0 last year. And it has saved programs. The Encina Bulldogs of San Juan Unified, the Delta Saints of Clarksburg on the Sacramento River, they have decades of tradition, but 8-man has saved them. It's still entertaining. It's still fun. One of the players at Mira Loma, after they won their section championship, he goes, hey, it's still football. We're still getting hit. We're still hitting. It's still blocking, tackling. You just have 3 fewer players. I applaud it. It's excellent. The first game I'm going to go to is a Thursday game. Mira Loma is playing Valley at Casumas River College. We'll see if the Matadors continue their winning ways, 12-0 last year. But I saw a couple of games last year, including the section championship. Those kids care just as much.
With that being said, guys, high school football kicks off this Friday night. Remember, ABC 10 will be your home for all of your high school football highlights. Once again, we thank Joe Davidson for coming on the show. There's no better way to kick off high school football than with this man right here. He is a wealth of knowledge, an encyclopedia, and knows everything when it comes to high school football. So, Joe, thanks for spending your Sunday evening with us.
Well, I'm going to kick off my Friday by hitting a blocking sled a little bit. You got to block, you got to tackle, and hydrate. But it's a great gig, and you guys do a great job, and this area deserves the coverage.
Well, thank you. I 100% agree with you. There's so much football talent out of the Sac-Joaquin section, and it's only going to continue to grow. So thank you once again, Joe Davidson, for coming on the show. You guys can find his work on the Sacramento Bee. You can also find him on Twitter or X, all the other social media places. In the meantime, this is what we have coming up next right here on Toyota Sports Extra.